I'm sunburned, so ignore this. I'm extra glossy today, but I just want to give you guys a progress update. So let me get my face out of the way. We'll pull up the actual Rags to Riches portfolio, and you can see here it's just working, right? It's working by itself. I don't have to really do anything at this point. I did speculate a little bit earlier today. I'll show you what that looked like. Those who were in the premium section or anyone who saw the posts I put out earlier, I just traded DATS, AMIX, and DJT using the 20-period moving average strategy I've been teaching in the last couple episodes, and it works. It works pretty nice. So I'll just walk you guys through that really, really fast on the 1 minute time frame. You guys can kind of see. All I did is I just looked for, I just looked for the moving average to have a positive slope, small red candle, and a color change, right? That's all it is, really, at the at the root of all things. It's all it is. And just not buying when something is actively selling off. So when it goes up, looking for an entry, keeping that risk nice and tight, and then a mechanical system, both for entry and taking profits, which allows me to scale into strength. So I scale out of the position into strength. And it just makes it so much faster and easier to make decisions because I don't have to think about anything. I don't need to be in the equation. I just need to keep my ego out of it and just buy and sell when it tells me to buy and sell. It's pretty easy to do. Well, I should say it's simple. It's not easy. Anyway, long story short, I wanted to make this specific episode to kind of explain the upcoming changes to the series. And for that, I just want to go back to this account size, the account screen here. And I just want to illustrate, I think at this point, we've pretty clearly demonstrated that this works. There is some drawdown, obviously, like Tesla, for example. Still, 3.5% down. It's not the end of the world. This Neo Leap has some pretty heavy drawdown, but it's still only $155 because of position size management. And Clip has about a little over 8.5% drawdown, and the super tiny speculative position here, it's $55. I don't really care what happens to it. I'm gonna snipe the next buy and then catch it on the next pop. So, with all that said, right, we got a lot of green in this portfolio. I just posted that I had like I think it was like $450 in dividends so far. So I kind of want to fast forward things a little bit on this portfolio, and in doing so, I think I'm just going to have to just wipe this all out just to show you guys the other side of the equation. So at this point, and I want to be very clear here, this is not me abandoning this strategy. It's just me taking it out of this specific portfolio so that we can show, again, in a sterile environment, the other half. Okay, so I will be wiping out these dividend positions. This concept clearly works. A lot of the Rags to Riches team members are doing the same approach, and it's working for them. People that have struggled for years in the market, they're going from red to green. I love seeing it. It's my Christmas morning every single time. But for this demonstration, it's just time to wipe this account and start over. So I know you guys hate when I do this sometimes. Some of you guys love it. But I just want to demonstrate the speculation side of it now that we've got the position sizing in place. We've got dividends. We covered the special dividends. We covered the covered calls. We covered the cash secured puts. We learned a little bit about spreads and kind of how they're interchangeable. We learned how to roll contracts. We learned all the little nifty things that will provide that nice solid foundation of growth and passive income. Now I think it's time to kick things up a notch because we've got a lot of opportunity in front of us, and we've got the ability to manage that now without necessarily having it destroy us. So personally, I just have other portfolios, so I don't need this account, right? So I'm going to just take probably about $4,000 out. I'm going to just drop it down to about $2,000 because the $2,000 range is going to scale up pretty quickly when we put these concepts in place. So for a while, I'm just going to use the 20-period moving average strategy and just show you guys consistency in a clean, sterile environment. At the end of the day, I'm not going to have any positions in this portfolio. I'm just going to trade intraday, and that's going to be that. I'm just going to be trading the movers throughout the day. So every day, at the end of the trading day, I'll just have cash. No shares will be held overnight. I'm not going to be swinging anything. It's a cash account. I'm not going to be rolling 33% of it because now it's T+1 for settlement, so I don't have to worry about rolling cash 33% per day. So essentially when I start, I'm just going to be using 10 $200 trades for win or for loss, right? I'm going to be trading low float garbage early on just because that's where the high volatility is, and that's what I want to really, really hone in on and just show you guys how to trade with super tight risk and just doing simple common sense things like waiting till the stock is moving up before you buy. And then as soon as it starts to move down, cut it or cut some risk exposure, right? So that's the goal. In order to achieve that goal, though, I have to wipe out all of these, the dividend holdings. Okay, so again, I don't want anyone to be discouraged here. I'm not abandoning dividends or anything like that. I'm just not having them in this portfolio because I want to be able to day trade and show you guys the power of compounding gains. So I'm going to just reset this account, essentially. I'm going to reduce it down to about $2,000, and we're just going to push forward and grow it right back up. It's going to look probably just like this 6 months from now. Ideally with a bigger dollar amount in there, but we'll see how it goes. And I'm just going to put my money where my mouth is, and that's going to be good. So again, huge special thank you and a shout out to all the Rags to Riches members that are doing very well with the dividends and the passive income, and I love seeing it. Again, I love Mule, the fact that he's been able to just lock in on cash secured puts and covered calls. It's a beautiful thing. Watch this guy struggle and ram his head into the wall trying to figure something that works for him out. And he stuck with it. He pushed through it, and he's got a nice, clean system now. I love seeing it. Same with Matster, same with Snowflake, same with Onrod, same with BebNet. Fergie, I got you coming up, by the way. Another piece of this, right? So there's two major changes coming to this series. And I do feel kind of bad that I'm moving the goalpost here a little bit. So it's no longer so much as a 5-year challenge, because I will probably still hit that pretty easily with the speculation in the mix, but I don't want to make that the focus, okay? The focus was never to do it just with dividends and stuff. The focus was to do it with a comprehensive trading plan, so we're still going to get there. But I don't want the focus to be on the end result so much, because this project has gotten a lot of attention. It's gotten a lot of followers that have just straight up changed their lives. It's pretty cool. So it's become a little bit more meaningful than just a 5-year challenge. So part of that is going to be me doing more speculation and teaching that side of it so that people get hurt less. And the other part of that is going to be doing segments on the podcast. So I want to have guest speakers. I want to take groups of students and teach them from start to finish. Sorry about that. I had to pause the recording for a little bit, but I'm back. So anyway, yes. So just to quickly recap, first part is going to be resetting the account, reducing the amount, because that's going to grow back much faster than it did with dividends. And then the second part is going to be bringing people on to this series in small teams, and then a series of one-on-ones, just so I can help people kind of get started and understand the basics of the market. And the third piece of this little trifecta here is going to be a smaller, more consolidated description of the educational pieces. So I know right now there's like, at the time of this recording anyway, there's about 85 episodes or something. That's a lot of information for a new person who's just looking for something that works and looking to get started. I don't want to have anyone need to go through all 80 episodes to figure out how to trade. So I'm going to make a dedicated, more concise version of the education and kind of a get started course. So that'll be pretty good. And that's it. And just so you guys are all aware, the kind of the team-oriented segments of this for the newer traders that I want to onboard and kind of help them get started in the market will be on recording, obviously, but this will probably start off in early to mid-August. That's where I'd like to get started, and I just kind of want to put a little bit more effort and emphasis on this project altogether. So that's kind of why I'm recording this episode, and why I wanted to kind of stress the importance of what I'm doing, and again, just thank everybody. I like all the people that are interested, and all the people specifically that are finding success by doing less. So with that said, I will end this recording here, so it's not another 20-minute ramble, but I just kind of wanted to show everybody kind of what we have in the process. And again, if you guys have any questions, or if you're concerned or mad at me for kind of moving that goalpost, I totally understand. I just want to make sure everyone understands the reasons why that's happening, and that it is not a reduction in value, because again, this was never just meant to be a dividend project, but the idea here is that I want to show everybody that there's more for the people that have the foundation and want to grow. I want to give those people a little bit more fuel for their fire, and then we'll just keep going. Pretty awesome. So thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a good day, and we'll see what happens this week. It's a crazy earnings week, so I'm just sticking with these swings on this portfolio, this 50K one. If you look right here, by the way, this is the month, just to kind of show you guys kind of what we would like to accomplish. Now these are swings, so they're going to be a little bit slower movements, but they're going to be bigger profit dollar amounts. So the other account is going to be bigger percentages, I assume, with smaller dollar amounts because it's a 1/25th the size of this portfolio. So it'll scale up, I think, pretty nicely, but I don't want anyone to think that that's going to be $1 million in 2 weeks because it won't be. All right, so with that said, I'm finally going to end this recording, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a good day.